ladies and gentlemen, and members from the audience, let me once again welcome you to another episode of Be Smart Case Study Challenge. By now, you are familiar with the Be Smart Case Study Challenge, which we hold every month on a topical issue wherein we put up the brief for a case study challenge and invite submissions from across the country. And we get huge number of responses from students, from management students across this country on the brief of the case study challenge, solving the problems and giving us some brilliant ideas, different kind of ideas on how to tackle these issues. So we have this case study challenge every month where we give out cash reward and recognition to all the participants and the top 3 winners of the case study challenge. So accordingly, this month also we have come to the conclusion of one more case study challenge for November. And our topic was on the good work-life balance for employees. We typically sort of took from one news angle, one of the prominent young Indian company in which we had seen some crisis, employee crisis. I would not take the brand name in this forum, and the case study challenge obviously had that brand name. So there was employee crisis. So taking a cue from that news, we sort of put up a case study challenge on how to ensure good work-life balance for employees. And as usual, we got an overwhelming response from across the country from different management institutes. And today we conclude that with the webinar wherein we invite faculty members and panelists from the industry to give us an outside perspective on the issue, so that our students can also get an industry view perspective and a faculty perspective also on what the case study challenge that they just sort of attempted. So, and it gives me immense pleasure to tell you everyone that we have a spectacular panelist for today. And, I can't say how relevant they are. They're extremely relevant for this topic. We have with us Dr. Ponmaithili Muralidharan, faculty, organization, behavior, and HR from Great Lakes Institute of Management. Dr. Ponmaithili Muralidharan, please welcome to our Business Standard Be Smart webinar. We also have with us Mr. Akash Sangole. I hope I have been able to pronounce the surname properly. Mr. Akash Sangole. He is the Chief Human Resource Officer, CHRO, with Panasonic Life Solutions India. And who doesn't know Panasonic? One of the top brands from Japan, who has been there in India for so long. One of our respected brands, which has been giving us home solutions, corporate solutions, and infrastructure solutions to the country and to our daily lives. So, Mr. Sangole comes with an impressive background. Not only he is an HR person today, he's the head of HR, and the apt person to give us some perspective on good work-life balance for employees. And he is also formerly from Volkswagen and ex-L'Oreal. So, Mr. Sangole, please welcome to this Business Standard Be Smart webinar. It will be delightful to have a conversation with you on the HR issues that we have today, both positive and what are the challenges and everything. So that is there. And finally, we have with us Mr. Arun Pratap Singh. He is the Chief People Officer of Decimal Point Analytics, Data Analytics, AI-driven Data Analytics and Information Company. AI is the most relevant thing of the future that is happening today. And Mr. Arun Pratap Singh, he is the Chief People Officer over there. So dealing with the Gen Z and the generation next, so he is the right person to tell us, how HR is kind of unfolding for the future. Mr. Arun Pratap Singh also comes with an impressive background. He has been with the Adani Enterprises before this. So, Mr. Pratap Singh, please welcome to this webinar. It is my pleasure, and I would love to engage with you on the different HR issues for both for the generations, coming generations, and for what we have currently. So thank
Thank
you,
you, sir.
ladies and gentlemen, for taking the time out to come here on this platform and engage with us and our students and give your perspective on the good work-life balance for employees. Finally, at the end of this webinar, we will announce the winners of the case study challenge for the month and also for the case study topic that we will going to put up for December as well. That's how the process will go. So if we start off, with our panel discussion for today, um, I would like to go to Akash first. Akash, I have a question with you. Does a fair and equitable workplace exist today?
Okay. Hi, good evening, everyone. So, very good question, but I think we always expect an ideal world. Unfortunately, it is not there.
Right.
So, it has its own meaning and sense when we say equitable workplace. Um, it's a ongoing process, right? And there is no destination for this. So I would say ideally there is no as such 100% perfect world where we see completely equitable workplace. However, there are organizations who practice and those who are trying to work in that direction where they evolve and improve every day, every year, and they try to make it better and better, where employees get better experience. Yeah.
So, how do you create a positive atmosphere, where all employees feel kind of valued and they feel secure? Uh, because when employees come in, it's kind of they spend large part of their day in the organization, in the environment, whether it's work from home or whether it's in the office. Now, increasingly, most we have all come back to the physical workplace. So, what is the positive environment? How do you create that?
Yeah. So I think when we talk about creating positive environment, everything starts from the top. I think to create any organizational culture, any practices which we think are positive, it starts from the top. We have to look at the leadership. What is their thought process? What kind of principal values they have? What kind of practices they want to follow, right? And many times we write down a lot of things on the board in policies. We say this is our philosophy. At the end of the day, people are looking at leaders, how they are behaving. Yeah. So everything is seen through action. If they
Right.
see they are demonstrating right behaviors, down the line, people also start inculcating that kind of behavior.
Right.
Unfortunately, many times it happens that people talk something, do something, and that is where the
Mhm.
gap is. So I think, of course, when we have to create positive work culture or we have to bring such values in the organization, starts from the top, and of course. Uh, there should be honest effort from the top, right? They should be fair. They should be very open for communication. They should ready to listen to any corner of the organization. They should be open for new ideas. Many times I have seen we experience day in day out that people have fixated mindset. They are not ready to change, and it means some point of time we are ignoring some part of organization,
Mhm.
and which creates negativity also. So there are a lot of ways and means how you can create positivity.
Mhm.
Communication is very, very critical. Your actions are very critical. I think you should be open for learning, doing new things. You should allow failures. You should give psychological safety to employees. When they feel safe, they can share, they can discuss, they can contribute to improve something. And of course, I think one size doesn't fit all.
Mhm.
It means we also need solutions which are modular solutions nowadays. I think this is very obvious, and we have to change ourselves many times as we grow old. I think uh, more than young generation, more than having expectations from them, I think first we have to have a right reflection for ourselves, and we have to think what we need to change, and then probably we can really create positive work culture.
Right. So good points, Akash. I mean, interesting also, top down, start from the leaders, action, communication, and change, flexibility. These are kind of the highlights, how a good workplace environment, and obviously not one size fits all. So it has to be looked at also from closely from that organization point of view. So excellent point. Quickly, I would like to go to Arun. Arun, we typically know about burnout, stress, grievances, and all.
Right.
How do you address those? And particularly with the Gen Z and the millennium, where we are seeing increasingly kind of patience decreasing by the hour or by the minute, if we can say. So there is a lot of, and of course, there is a lot of work pressure as well, because there's a lot of rat race that is going on. Competition has increased. Uh, one has to achieve a lot more in a shorter span of time, right? So obviously there's more of stress, more of burnout, and of course there is the the management employee dispute, and grievances and all those things. So how do you address those things?
Yes. So yeah. So when we see something like this,
Hmm.
it is quite obvious. Get reflected in people behavior.
Hmm.
So and sometime it is a part of culture which is like derailed from what it's supposed to be. Let's say if you're working in an environment where you're taking leave and manager don't accept it, like
Hmm.
you don't have freedom to take leave the way you want to take, and you will see a lot of time these things get highlighted from the high load delivery functions, IT services functions, consulting functions, major consulting functions. So there, you have to have people who are managing people. So they need to be trained to manage high capacity in terms of delivery management, delivery plan. Then there's something called in terms of people behavioral coaching. So when you see there are pain, like if we are in stress, we will get agitated with a small poke, like a small issue, you will react too much too high. So doing some sort of activity, HR activity, I will say fun activity and all, those also manage. Then you create a channel for the people.
Hmm.
Generally, so what we do, I'm talking about my company, what we do, we create a channel to connect the people. So you will see typically we in HR function talk a lot, but when it comes to action, okay, we create forms, we create portals, we create system, and people interact with system. So you will know your HR only when they join or when they leave. In between, HR is silent or they are nowhere. Okay.
Hmm.
So people have no channel to connect to the HR, and HR put everything on delivery manager. As it's, they have to deliver, they have to manage people, they have to do resource allocation. So it is obviously creating load, and delivery manager are like mostly senior guys. So sorry, I've been going little off, but
No, no,
uh,
interesting
it is
points. I
it
mean,
is
yes.
so
Yeah.
delivery manager most of time these are senior guys.
Hmm.
So they will not do everything. They will go to principal consultant and and they will load these people.
Right.
So once they are in, so they are always in stress. Okay. They are always, and they are the backbone of most of the service delivery functions.
Hmm.
That middle, slightly above the middle layer
Hmm.
population. So then they are not able to manage the Gen Zs because Gen Zs want freedom. They want autonomy. They
Hmm.
want work design with the use of technology. They don't want to do manual work. So your work design, your work environment design need to be do need to be done in the way modern work environment work. So
Right.
those are the few things. I mean, this is very broad topic, but these are few things that need to be done. Then you need to also do some. If you see that it is reflecting a lot in your culture, like
Hmm.
a lot of people are getting sick, absenteeism, or you see dispute over a small thing. You see mail trails going all the way. You can do mood taste and all those like typical modern day HR solutions have, but typically, you should have also some sessions on wellness, not education. Education doesn't work because we all know we need to be healthy, but in morning we don't want to wake up right in the morning. We don't want to go gym. We want cup of tea in the morning. But we all educated that we need to live healthy life. So you need to do something. You need to force people. But if you go force, then managers say, no, I have delivery plan today. You can't take my. So they need to be educated and trained. So it is multifaceted thing which need to work in a orchestrated way, in a systemic way to take care of Gen Zs. Otherwise, they will leave, simply leave, and they will not give you a single chance to return.
Right. So, Arun, I think in some ways or in many ways, rather, you have sort of reiterated what Akash also talked about. You know, managers, the senior leaders, the leaders, they will have to they will have to make this point, and they will have to ensure that the right actions are going forward. The communication, the modern workforce, change, flexibility. Gen Z is, they behave in a certain way. We
Yes,
have to be flexible enough and all those things. So we're pretty much being unanimous over here on on a
yes.
lot of
Also,
things.
yes. Also, the work design need to be in technology environment in modern way of work design. So
Right.
typically, your typical way of doing things will not work. Now they
Hmm.
want output-based work design.
Yes.
Earlier, it was input-based evaluation of work. So
Hmm.
earlier, when I was in working as a software engineer, people say how many hours I stay in office, like 9 hours, 10 hours, 12, and my lead will reward me. Now
Yes.
they are saying what you want, I will get it done. Don't ask me where I am.
Well, exactly.
So
Yes.
that work design have changed, the delivery model. So companies also need to move to the output-based delivery models rather than input-based expectations.
Yes. Absolutely. Good points. Now, this is the question for all three of you, Akash, Pon Maithili, Dr. Pon Maithili, and Arun. We have a certain data, the ILO data released by it's Remote India released a data on work-life balance, global life-work balance, and India sort of ranks 42nd out of the 60 countries. Pretty much at the lower end. Uh, it is also among the top overworked nations globally, as per an ILO report. Uh, so what is wrong? Like, on the one hand, we are seeing our economy going up, leaps and bounds, over 8% GDP, and on the other hand, we have an extremely overworked nation. Uh, what is happening? Also, do we follow other countries or companies to provide a work-life balance? Like, how do we create that? I mean, do we, of course, we take benchmarks, we take the best examples and everything, but how do we sort of fit it into our environment? Because end of the day, we are a developing country, aspiring to be the developed country by 2047, and working hard, harder. So there's a bit of a balancing act, I think, needs to be done. So, how do we do that, without compromising on productivity? Any of you, I think we
Yes.
can start off with Dr. Muralidharan.
Yes. Yeah, that's a very interesting question. So, what I would like to see here is I want to take a slightly different stand here.
Hmm.
Okay. So, see, the most of the discussion is jumping majorly when we talk about this, it jumps into stress, burnout, psychological safety, all those things is what we see the premises from. I think the lens itself, we have to change it little bit, because we are seeing the issue from a transactional lens.
Okay.
And I think the lens is the real problem.
Mm-hmm.
See, that today, if you see, the relationship between employees and the organization has become extremely transactional. I give you money and you give me work. I give you 10 rupees, you give me 10 oranges. No, that kind of work culture is where we are getting in. We are actually in. Okay. So if we, so it is the both the sides. I'm not talking only about the employer. It is also from the employee's side, which is what I'm saying. If you don't give me enough money, I will go elsewhere. So this is from the employee side. If you don't deliver enough work, you will be replaced. So this is a kind of tug of war which is happening between the employer and the employee. That is where because it is, I could see it totally a transactional level of interaction is what I could see. And it is the very lowest denomination of relationship. See, once the relationship become transactional, obviously burnout and work-life balance conflict naturally arises.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, can I take a couple of minutes if it is okay?
Yeah,
Because I
sure.
have something.
Sure, sure.
Is it okay? Okay. So the thing is, what I'm having is usually when we see the works which we can get from people is by three ways. One is a manager is giving work to the subordinate, and the subordinate doing it. Okay, you have given me work, I'm completing and giving it to you back. This is one style. The other one is you give the work to your subordinate, and your subordinate is like grudgingly giving, okay, let me complete and throw it to you, man. So that is the second level. The person is grudgingly completing and doing the work. The third one is happily doing with a lot of pride, the purpose, the ownership. Yeah. So if we shift the organizations from at least doing for the sake of doing to the happily doing environment, I think we will not end up this kind of discussions, or we will not get into the words as like work-life balance itself. We will be just having a purpose to go ahead. And when we get into this kind of uh, mental state, I don't think we'll have issues even with the Gen Zs or millennials, because we are working for an important purpose. My purpose and the organizational purpose, there is a value congruence which is happening, and everything will be falling in place. Like Mr. Anand was telling and Mr. Akash was telling, the design of the work. Mr. Anand was talking about the design. Yeah. So design and all, it will just fall in place. If we say, and things will be just falling in place, we'll not be worried about what time you come and what time you go out. That will not be a big deal at all. And the philosophy which Mr. Akash was telling, what is the principle and the value with which what mission we have started the organization, that just gets started flowing in. So there will not be any conflict or value incongruence will not happen when the purpose has been set clearly. That instilling pride is where I feel is very important. Is my little piece of suggestion. Yeah.
Right.
Hope,
Thank you,
hope
Dr.
this helps.
Muralidharan. Akash, you have anything to say on the?
Yeah. So very interesting topic, and what Dr. Muralidharan said, also I agree to a certain extent. So when we talk about workload and current burnout situation, this and that, so I think, as you said, currently where India stands overall geopolitically, and developmental point of view. So if you see China, Korea, Japan, India, always working. Even Japan, I think you must have seen that so many people are working. Sometimes people are dying and they want to change it. But the objectives could be different. I mean, they feel they should contribute to the nation's progress.
Right.
Here, the situation could be internally different. So that is where I think we have to check what is the role of government, what is the role of industries, and within industries, what is the role of our own management in any organization. So, because if you see, for example, factories, people work 12 hours, 14 hours, 15 hours. They get people from other states. We always talk about staff, but also let us look at workers. I mean, they are working 14 hours, 13 hours, 12 hours. Where is government machinery? What are they doing? And what is the thought process of management? Matlab, you get something cheap and you are able to screw somebody's life. Is it okay?
Mm-hmm.
So same thing. What comes to organizations like we need to have boundaries.
Right.
What is okay as an organization, what is not okay, and that is what we call policies, processes, and so on. And they
Mm-hmm.
should come from the thought process of top leadership.
Right.
Uh, Same time, employees also need to understand their responsibility towards organization.
Mm-hmm.
And see, once a while somebody is working extra, need to push a little bit. I think people should be okay for that. But if it becomes a daily practice, then it comes to threshold limit of someone and something happens. Yeah. So I'll tell you simple example, like there was this manager and employee, they were not having good relation.
Mm-hmm.
Right, and same way there are people who are having good relation between manager and subordinate. So wherever there are good relations, I have seen people are churning more hours, no issues, nobody comes and says.
Mm-hmm.
But when there was a relation issue, office time is 9 to 6 p.m. 6:15 this guy calls subordinate and he's asking something, but this guy complained as a whistleblower, I am harassed. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
6:15. Yeah, we cannot imagine our working. I mean, 6:15 was like we were still in office, of course.
Yes.
So I think all this thought process need to change.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I would say the same thing. As we talk about balance, employees need to understand their responsibility, but same time, management has a larger role to put a right framework in the organization.
Mm-hmm.
So I think this is very important. Yeah.
Right. Arun, you have anything to say on this?
So yeah, so I have a little contradictory point here of view. And
Mm-hmm.
so one thing what I agree is Professor Matthew said, the value congruence. So once you are working somewhere and you have value congruence, you really don't care about how much hours you put.
Mm-hmm.
Like sports, athletes, right? They never count how many hours they are working.
Mm-hmm.
So if you are in that kind of environment, your job, so it is a trade-off, I will say. Okay. Like let's say we all go to college, but we get different compensation as part of our college, like campus offers, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have given same amount of time, same amount of fees, but we got different because I had same amount of time. I choose deploy it somewhere else. Somebody else choose to deploy it somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
So it is a trade-off what you want to do with your time, as long as you have freedom to choose. So that creating that culture where you have a freedom to manage your work-life balance. So there is nothing called work-life balance. You have to manage your life, okay, or work. You can't manage both. If you have a balance in your life, you can always achieve balance at your work.
Mm-hmm.
So what Akash said, for some like blue collar workers, that is very much applicable, and then government can bring the rules, regulations. So those things can be managed. But in India, we are a growth economy, so there are factors also. Like once you are a growth phase as an economy, like you China or India, any Asian countries. So in that kind of economy, government give leeway to industries because they want higher growth, higher productivity, higher GDP. So you will produce more, your GDP will more, and then so even there are law at lands, it can be very well managed. And in that environment, they probably will put you more in, give you more incentive to produce more.
Mm-hmm.
So there it is again your choice what you want.
Right.
But there are few things like use of technology, productivity, improvement methods, designing, all those things can be done. Automations, like in China, like a lot of factories are fully automated, manless. So those kind of input can help us to manage that kind of environment. Even on white collars, the different way of now, the changes that have come in technology. So AI improve productivity a lot for people, though it is but like a lot of it is hyped too much, but there is also real productivity gains in a lot of companies where because of the technology. So
Uh,
it can be balanced with the help of technology and culture and system that you put.
So good. Interesting points and counterpoints. Right. Work-life balance and all. We are running a little bit short on time, so I will go straight to Dr. Muralidharan for our concluding question. Uh, since our webinar is around our B schools and B school students, this is one question we cannot but ask. How are B schools today training young HR aspirants to tackle workplace crisis? I mean, do we have any specific curricula, or do we need to have? What more should we have? What are you planning, thinking? Yeah.
Yeah. So today, if we see the business schools today teaches policies well, but the crisis is never with the policies. It is more from the psychological, the power dynamics which is happening, the
Mhm.
purpose of and the human behaviors. I think those are the areas which the people who are getting into the workforce should get trained about. So how to understand human nature, why
Mhm.
do people behave the way, because if they are going in the leadership position to an organization, they should be knowing and understanding how their subordinates are working, how a human behaves. So that is more important, because as Mr. Akash was telling very nicely, there is one subordinate who was comfortable with the superior and one who is not comfortable. So as a person, we should gauge what is happening between the other persons.
Mhm.
So it is seeing human is very important rather than talking about the rights what we have. I think it is more about understanding human as human and people oriented culture. Okay, so teach. And so the HRs are the students who go as HRs. They have to move the companies from the transactional system to the transformational ecosystem, where it is not just only the check boxes. Like Mr. Anand was telling, like we as HR, we don't have the connect with the people directly. Is what he started the when he was conversing. So that has to be bridged, where the human part of human resource has to be brought back, is what I feel, because more of this artificial intelligence, a lot of technology interference is happening. Somewhere the employees feel they are dehumanized. The organizational dehumanization feel is happening in the organization. So that has to be bridged by the HR and as the leader when someone is taking the position. And next is the moral dilemmas. So next is the moral dilemmas. As a person, I have to be more humane. I have to be understanding the power dynamics which is happening. I have to have a moral value which stand I'm taking. So these are the clarity I think we have to make students very clear. And last is how they communicate with emotion, when their emotion and others' emotions are there, how they are emotionally intelligent in talking to people. So that is also something which has to, which is already there, but it has to get intensified, is what I feel. Because the recent studies which happened, and because of which Harvard, INSEAD, or all these big schools in the world, they have started concentrating on the human aspect of human resource, and that is what is very important when we are sending people into the market,
Very
the
good
students.
point. Like, to focus more on the human in the HR, in the human resource part of it. And
Yes.
also kind of look at emotion, give a lot of value towards emotion and all, especially in today's scenario. We have a little bit of time very quickly to go to both Arun and Akash. What are the key challenges in the HR department today? Uh, both Arun and Akash, both of you are in the, handling HR. So, what are the key challenges?
So Akash, if you want, I can go on this.
Yeah, please, Arun.
And
Over to you.
so sir, one thing which they're actually typically it is like connected things that keep pressure. One is like everything keep changing in environment, like technology, work, and then you have new generation, different generations keep coming. Okay, so like change is always no painful to the people and adoption of change. So HR have to always work, adopt new thing, and then since technology change your work environment, then the demand that come to you will be with the new technology. So your workforce skilling, reskilling, you have to do always. And once you have a population which is above 35, then these people feel pain to change because they have lived their life earning their life wages with the skill that they have learned like maybe 10 year back, 20 year back, and they think that they have what has brought them here will take them to the next level, but it never happens in reality. So those kind of TCS cases or other companies cases you see now, this layer of attrition happen because of people have not done reskilling proper at some point of time in their career. Then there are you have as an HR you have to work with management and delivery manager to create the balance of creating a pressure and delivery in terms of performance. So customer centricity, all those things should not lost, while people should get their flexibility to choose their work from home, choose their off, choose their something which give them comfort, choose their team outing, those things. So these are 4 5 things, and then you have hybrid generations. So you have people who are above 30, you have newcomers, you campus hires, and their expectations are so your reward need to be earlier. It was like one size fit all kind of environment. So HR once design a policy, it is done. But now you need to customize everything, and you need to go people centric. So it is not that you devise your reward philosophy once or recognition framework once, it will work, it will not.
Mhm.
So you need to continuously change and monitor and review. So it will become more like a doctoral practice than HR practice nowadays.
It's
So you
far
have
more
to,
dynamic, you mean.
yes, you need to experiment, pilot, test, working, okay, not working, don't worry, try something new. So you have to be in that mood always.
Right. Akash, your views?
So I agree with Arun. I think today's time, many challenges. Some of them are like we have to fail fast, improve fast. Uh, Generations are changing, and they are changing very quickly. Like what Arun said, maybe previously for 30, 40 years you follow the same policy, but now every 1 year we have to really look into everything, that whether this will work or not, looking at different generations, different expectations. And for that, what we have to change among ourselves also, that we have to look at, we have to do a lot of skilling for our managers,
Mhm.
because if they have fixated mindset, as I said before, many things can go wrong. So this is very big challenge, developing capability within organization.
Mhm.
So I think this is one of the challenge. Second thing is, I think HR challenge perspective point of view. So sometimes business takes over people, like priority is given to business compared to what is required for people, employees, right? So how to balance it, that is another challenge for HR, uh, because people are number driven, they want sales, they want bottom line, everything has to go well. And then also we'll look at employees. This doesn't work. I think we have to have a very balanced approach, and for that HR need to take a stand. Yeah,
Right.
so this is very important. And of course, how HR can contribute directly to the business and take a seat in boardroom. So this is what HR has to think continuously. Yeah, so these kind of challenges we do have. Yeah.
Very good, insightful points, Akash and Arun, both of you. We get to understand the challenges from an HR perspective because we keep going to HR for our problems and solutions, but HR also has its own challenges, which is good to understand. We have one quick question from the audience. Any one of you can take it. The question is how to understand human behavior in organizations for a working structure. Only HR can understand this question.
So can you repeat the question? I'm just
The
trying to
question is
decipher the question.
how to understand human behavior in organization for working structure.
Uh, Maybe somebody who has asked this question can elaborate it a little bit, or what is
Yeah,
working
yeah,
structure means.
yeah. We
Yeah.
we sort of, I don't know. Maybe she's trying to say that uh, for employees to work in a certain structure within a certain kind of a format, uh, how to understand the human behavior in that organization, like how the rest of the people are working, what it
Hmm.
is like. If you have, it's more, I think, more of a about how do I fit in, and fit in well,
Uh,
probably.
okay, I think for young ones or anyone, this can have a question, like somebody joining new organization or somebody starting the career can, of course, or joining some another team. can have these kind of questions. I think for that, I think if you are professional and if you have right behavior, I think you need not to worry a lot. Of course, when you go into the team, if you have good observation skills, I think
Yeah.
probably you can absorb it fast and you can get it accommodated. But of course, it should be in line with the principles of the or values of the organization, right? This is what
And
I can say. Yeah.
yeah, and you sort
And
of
I
learn on the job kind of, because the person has just elaborated she is a fresher.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
basically, I think we
yeah.
got it right that she's trying to understand how do I fit in best, like, observation, go with the flow, learn on the job, understand, look at, how things are being done. Not necessary that you have to always see that I have to be right. You're allowed
It,
to make mistakes.
it's like 80% observe,
Yes.
20% only react.
20%.
So
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
And can I also add to this?
Yes,
Maybe
please. Yes, please, Dr. Muralidharan.
Yeah. So one thing is this I we tell it to our students very usual, because when they get into the market, we make them to uh, try to show up whenever it is needed. Show your presence is the first when you are getting into an organization. Be a learner, be a giver, understand what is happening. Those are the places where you will understand the nuances, what is happening in an organization, rather than just waiting for the policy rules coming to your desk and understand what it is. Be prepared even before going into the organization, before joining, and the offer letter, no, that gap you use it to network people, get to know what is happening in the organization, which team you are going to get in, how can I scale up myself, is this particular skill, technical skill I have to get myself with. All these things will help you to push yourself better once you get into the organization. So you're creating a nice cushioned presence when you get into an organization, is what we usually give it to our students. Maybe that will help this person, I guess.
Right. Thank you, Dr. Muralidharan. Another great insight. Thank you so much. Uh, we come to the conclusion of this panel discussion. All the points are extremely valuable points, a lot of insights into how we are currently doing, what needs to be done, and especially in respect to, our machines, AI, and the Gen Z. How do we need to adapt, change, be flexible, observe, you know, constantly be more dynamic, the whole HR, the challenges and all. Thank you so much for being part of this insightful discussion. We come to the conclusion where we announce the winners for the day. We have the three top winners who are, I'm going sequentially from the first, second to the third. First, the topper is Lavish Sehgal from Lovely Professional University, Phagwara, Punjab. Congratulations, Lavish. The second winner, the second position is by Ayush Kumar Sinha from Xavier Institute of Management and Entrepreneurship, Bangalore, Karnataka. Congratulations, Ayush. And we have the third position where we have Ayushi Sharma from International School of Informatics and Management, Jaipur, Rajasthan. Congratulations, Ayushi. We would like to call upon Lavish first to say a few words. Then Ayush can come in, and then Ayushi can come in to say a few words.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Lavish.
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening.
My name is Lavish, and I feel really happy and grateful to be here today on this Zoom meeting as the National Case Study winner for November. This moment truly means a lot to me. And now I talked about when I started working on this case, I never imagined I would reach on this stage, but I kept learning and trying improving. And today, this award feel like all that hard work was worth it. I also thank to my professor Shikha Goyal. Thank you, ma'am, for guiding me and supporting me in so that to achieve our organization goals. And I also want to thank the organizers and judges for giving us this platform. And this competition help us to think beyond the textbooks, and they teach us how to apply our knowledge to real life business problem, and that learning is priceless. For me, it is not just a win, it is a motivation, so that it encouraged me to take on more case studies and participate in more competition and keep improving my analytical and problem solving skills. Thank you so much for this honor.
Right. Thank you, Lavish. Can we call upon Ayush Kumar Sinha? Only one
Good
request,
evening
please
to
keep it a little short because we are already, out of time.
okay. So good evening to all the panelists. That was an enlightening discussion about work-life balance, which is a pressing issue of our times. I would like to thank Business Standard for this honor and for giving us this platform to immerse ourselves in real-life situations, to have us an idea how to tackle these situations if we were in those influential roles. Also, I would like to thank Zyme Bangalore and my professor Roshni James for motivating and guiding us to participate in such case competitions. And I would also like to congratulate my fellow participants who have made it to this top 3. So once again, I would like to thank Business Standard for giving us this platform and this recognition.
Right. Thank you, Ayush. Thank you. Ayushi Sharma, International School of Informatics and Management.
Good evening, sir. Good evening, ma'am. I am thrilled to be shortlisted for this competition, and I want to offer a heartfelt thank you to the organizers of Business Standard for giving us this incredible platform and this opportunity to engage with such a significant and real world business problems. And this has been a fantastic learning experience. And I also want to extend my gratitude to my faculty mentor, Purnima ma'am, for guiding me uh, throughout the problem. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Ayushi. So, to conclude this session, we also announced the launch of a new case for December. This is a case brief, which will be up for a case study challenge across the country. This is in context to the recent Delhi blast that happened, which became a major crisis for the tourism industry. We thought that we would put up the case study challenge brief as how will your travel startup defy crisis. This is the tourism season, winter, weather is good, but we have had a certain crisis. It is a huge human tragedy that has happened, but that has also impacted our lives, our businesses, and everything. So this is the title and synopsis. How will your travel startup defy crisis? The timelines are the launch is happening as we speak tonight. The last date of submission for the case study challenge is December 16th. Results will be declared on January 5th, and Jan 12th, the prize disbursement will happen. The prizes are, as it happened for this month as well, top prize is 5,000 rupees, second prize is 3,000 rupees, and the third prize is 2,000 rupees. A total cash award of 10,000 rupees is given out every month. Thank you so much. Thank you to all of you for being part of this session and attending it. And a special mention to our esteemed panelists who have taken a time out from their busy schedule to be here and share their insights on this. Thank you so much, Arun. Thank you so much, Akash.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Muralidhar.
Thank you so much. Have a nice
Thank you.
evening.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It was a nice
Thank you.
discussion. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you.
Akash.
Thank you.